Alright, it's procced. Let's do it. So I come there. Ah, I missed. Alright, so I come here. You're ensnared. Drop this bad boy. Yo! You get shocked and you're dead.
Yeah,
That's crazy. It
that,
can
that
be.
that put more damage.
Yeah, dude. I mean, if we can min-max this, that hive can do a lot of damage. And then you get shocked as well. So then you can't move. Okay, I'm ready. Let's go now. Let's just go now.
Cool.
Yeah.
Break free!
Oh,
It wouldn't break free!
yeah, dude. The ensnare, I increased the duration of the ensnare. That's actually an interesting way of playing, isn't it? What's up, agents? Patrick Wolf here. Welcome to today's video. This video will be a build video, a build guide, focused around the hardwired gear set. Now, this build is going to be a bit tricky to use. It's a very situational build, but when it works unbelievably well. You incapacitate enemy players, leave them unable to even defend themselves, and you can just rip through them in a matter of half a second. So this build is for players who are really good mechanically with swapping from skills to guns and things like that, because you will be doing that quite a lot. So if you're not really too confident yet, you might want to practice a bit, because this build is actually one of the most difficult builds I've used in PvP. So this is a PvP build. This works very well in PvE. Go ahead, but I just want to show you guys the PvP way. It's a bit more fun in PvP. It's hilarious. So anyways, let's get into this build. A little explanation coming first, how to get this gear set. So as you guys know, hardwired you get from getting components from various bosses. So make sure your crafting station is maxed to level 500. You need to farm all those materials. So what you need to do is you just need to get the M component and whatever component refers to each piece. And it tells you actually at the bottom what mission to do. So this is Grand Washington Hotel. Just do it on whatever difficulty. I think I did mine on challenging because it's quite a breeze to run through them nowadays. And then you get the component. There's a random drop, so it depends. It's RNG. You got to pick that up. You got to get certain crafting materials, DNH wired tech in the ODZ, and you need 10 to craft one piece, and then all of these. So you're going to need quite a lot of things. It takes a lot of grinding. You actually have to do it twice. So it's a bit tricky. You got to get the components twice. So it is quite hard, but it's worth it because you get a lot of good bonuses with this. So what you get is 20% health, 20% skill damage, and 20% skill power. This is nice because this gear set is not completely focused around electronics. This build is going to actually be a hybrid between skill power or a skill build and a damage build, a DPS build. So you're going to see what I mean now. And it's just the utility from the 5 pieces is actually really effective. Now, the only problem with this is when you electrify these skills that are named right here, it's only about a 3 to 4 meter distance. But the thing that I noticed is when I was testing this is a lot of people they don't pay attention. Most players don't pay attention. They run over it and they get shocked. So that's why we're going to be using the Hive. So this is the electric Hive build. So I hope you guys do enjoy this build video. Let's get into this. So I've shown you guys how to get the hardwired gear set. Now we're going to show you how to build it. And now the specializations is it's a bit of a preference. So you guys can use whatever you want. Nowadays I like to use the demolitionist because you're allowed to ignore an explosion. This is actually extremely strong, especially with a lot of seeker mines and not defender drones, the bombardier drones, which will one-shot you if anyone knows what they're doing. It's very powerful. I mean, I go around the dark zone and I drop bombardier drones on people, and I one-shot entire teams. There actually is a build video, not a build video, a little bit of gameplay coming out of me trolling people with the bombardier drone. It's hilarious, guys. You're going to really enjoy that. So I like to use this. That's the only reason why, really. If you want to use a turret, it gives you nice little mods. There is a 100% damage turret mod over here. which is nice. I actually just recently found 180% damage, so it just depends what mods you have. So you guys can use whatever specialization you want. If you want to use a rifle for this build, you can go ahead. You can just alter it whatever way you guys want. So if you want to use this with a sniper build, whatever, use a sniper. It's up to you. This is just like a template, a guide. You guys can tweak this as much as you want. I'm just giving you an idea. Let's get into this build. So what we're going to be doing here is we're not going to be running the 6-piece. There's a reason for that. So first of all, it's 667, which is a nice little balance there. 240k armor, which is really nice. That's actually decent for a skill build. 67k health, which is actually not on the low side, and 2166 skill power, which is not high but not low, it's in the middle. And there's a reason for that. It's actually just above average. We don't need a lot of skill power for this build. So the most important thing is, as you can see, we've got a lot of damage mods here. The hardwired gear set comes with damage mods, which is actually really, really nice because you can roll some nice electronics and health plus have additional damage from these pieces. And what I've noticed is whenever you craft a piece, you get a very decent rolls on them. So I'll show you guys right now. So I'm actually hitting 24,000 damage a bullet, which is really, really strong. Yes, it's an eagle bearer, but it doesn't matter. Whatever gun you use, you're going to be putting out a lot of damage because you get a lot of damage increases due to the various perks you get and the mods that we're going to be putting on our gear. So this build is very, very good, but it's very difficult to use. As you guys saw in the gameplay, it focuses around using the chem launcher. Now, you get people stuck using this chem launcher right here, the Insnare chem launcher. Once they are stuck, they will stay stuck for quite a while. It's very difficult to get out because we actually increase the Insnare health. And then you drop this Hive on top of them. The Hive basically will kill someone in about 2 seconds. If it doesn't, they will get electrocuted, and then you can use your 24k a bullet assault rifle to their head. So you will kill someone. If you can drop your Hive on someone, they will die when they're ensnared. So it is a bit harder to use, but it's really fun to use. And I think in PvE, it would be very nice if you could max out your skill haste. You could just keep throwing electrified turrets and things like that. It actually is really interesting to use, but it is in no way overpowered. This build is not. It's not for the faint-hearted, guys. It's not easy to use. There are some better builds out there, but I just wanted to put this up because I have been working on getting this, and I really wanted to see the best way I could do it. Anyways, I'm starting to ramble on here, guys. I apologize. So we all know about that. Now, we're not using the 6-piece because killing with skill resets the cooldown. And we don't want this because the BTSU gives us way too much utility for that. So let's get into the pieces. So the mask actually is quite a decent roll right here. It's got 232 skill power and 12k health. So these pieces roll pretty well. The chest piece I have, it was actually a very nice chest piece. 20k armor, 365 K, sorry, not K. Wow, that would be great. 365 skill power and 7% weapon damage, which is perfect. Now, guys, if I can put the 30% armor roll, which I haven't yet, but you can, I will get over 300,000 armor. So don't worry about that armor. You will be tanky with this build. If you can re-roll the backpack and the chest piece with these good armor rolls, there's a backpack in the level 30 clan vendor, which will give you 20% armor plus an additional 30%. Don't look at this number. You can get close to 400,000 armor with this build, and that's why this build is going to be so strong. So make sure to put all these offensive mods. You want weapon damage and assault rifle damage. Don't worry what I've got here because I've actually got every other assault rifle damage mod I have on the other pieces. So on the holster, we obviously want to go for skill power. I've got it 721. That's a very high roll. 7% health. Then again, you can get up to 90k health if you can get the right rolls. 48,000 health you can put on there. So this build can be really, really well min-maxed, and I feel like it can be very potent, and I really urge you guys to try it out. Here we go. So that's 6% weapon damage to my assault rifle right there. 5% assault rifle, 1% weapon damage, and 1% damage to health. Very nice. Very cool that you can put offensive slots on here. You actually hit really hard with this build. You feel very strong when you run on with this build. I'm not even going to lie. I'm going to try and min-max this as much as I can. I've actually got a decent roll, 11.5% total armor, which is, it's okay. I can put a 20% roll, which I'm going to do. I just need to do a bit of farming. 23k health is actually pretty nice. 232 skill power is not bad. Then we've got our nice weapon damage, headshot damage there. Because I can hit my headshots, because when the person is incapacitated with this PvP build, they can't move and you can just rip through them. Now it can be toxic. It is a bit of a toxic build, but guys, this is a skill meta. We don't care. We're having fun. It's all part of the fun. So make sure when you put your electronics utility mods on the BTSU gloves, make sure you get this. If you guys don't know how to get it, you get it from random drops. I do have a video, so have a look on my channel. I'll put a link in the description of how to get these gloves. Make sure you get them. You need them. You have to have them. Stop what you're doing. Get these gloves right now. So this gives us 70% increased skill duration, damage, and healing. So it's extremely strong. So we get really high damage rolls on our skills. So it's important to just focus on energy infusion. That's the most important thing. Then once we've done that, make sure to mod everything towards the Hive and the Chem Launcher. Now, I've got the Chem Launcher right there, Hive right there, because those are the two skills we're going to be using. You guys can go mad and use whatever you want, and maybe even use a 6-piece. It's up to you, but I feel like this is the best way to run it. So, knee pads, what have we got on this? 19% skill haste, which is actually not very good. I'm going to re-roll that as well. We've got 4% assault rifle damage. Very nice, 5% in total there. It gives us a nice boost in damage. Now, I use the MK17 as my secondary. It's very nice. I do like to use it. Optimus is not active, so I'll probably just pop something else on there. Maybe like a sniper. I like using snipers. Doesn't really matter. So let's get into the fun stuff right now. So if we go to a Hive, now, you might be thinking, okay, well, maybe you should max out your skill power for the damage mods. You don't really need to do that. This does 128k damage, as you guys saw from the footage. Now, the cooldown is not great. I did this to demonstrate, all right? I don't have enough skill power because my rolls aren't too good. You guys can go ahead and instead of putting Hive skill power, you can put another 100 and something percent damage or cooldown, 150% cooldown, so that you can get this down to like 20 seconds very easily. So don't worry about these figures, guys. I can't stress enough. Like my armor. My armor, I can go right now and make my armor 350k by just re-rolling 2 pieces, but I don't have the electronics because I've been spending ages trying to get my crafting bench level 500 and then crafting all these pieces. You can imagine the grind I've been doing the last few days. All right, so once you've done that, it's going to be doing a lot of damage. Charges are very important. If you guys don't have enough charges, there's no point in specking into damage because you need more charges to hit. It's basically like ammo from your gun. You need the ammo to actually kill the enemy. So just make sure you balance it out. So that'll take a bit of testing. Then the reason why we use this is to proc the BTSU gloves. Once you've done this, then you know when you drop your hive, it's going to do crazy amounts of damage. And then that hive will actually shock the enemy. So not only will they be shocked, they'll be ensnared, and then you can shoot them in the face because they won't be able to break out of it fast enough because you've got your ensnare health plus 32%. So the health of the foam health is 60,000. Now I don't know if you guys understand what that means, but it tells you to hold a button to break free. It takes forever to break free from this thing. Forever. It really is powerful. And the reason why is because this gear set, for some reason, it just buffs it a lot because we're doing a lot of damage. Plus, all the 5-piece gives us the skill health. So, if you guys aren't aware, just to quickly show you the reason why it's so strong. Now, this skill health is the reason why the ensnare health is so high. And a lot of people don't realize that. If you guys want to make an ensnare build, maybe a possible future one. Skill health is the key right here because that makes you ensnares ridiculously potent. People can't get out of them in time. And with me doing 24k damage, you're dead. That's just it. Simple. So it's very, very 60,000. Okay, you know what I mean? It's ridiculous, and it lasts for 9 seconds. A lot of people aren't ready for it as well, so I don't even know what button to push to get out of it. So it just takes people by surprise, and then when they get shocked, they're so confused. It's actually really fun to use. So it's 17-second cooldown with 7 bullets. Make sure you roll in snare health. It's very important to stack that. Unfortunately, I don't have a great roll for that one, so I'm looking to get a good ensnare roll. If I can get like 100% ensnare health, I'm going to make an ensnarable that will ensnare you for more than 15 seconds and you cannot break out of it. And that might be the new meta because I see a lot of people running this now and it is fun to use. But anyways, let's get into the stats of this build. All right. So don't worry about all these. It's not important, guys. It's not important. This is not a build to show off my stats. This build is for you guys to have fun with, enjoy, and go crazy. This is not like the best skill build in the game. That's not it. Those builds are coming up later. I've been working on a lot of other things. Now, as you can see, guys, 24% assault rifle damage bonus with 16% all weapons damage bonus for a skill build is actually crazy. All right. We've got 20% burn resistance, which is actually quite nice. 20% skill haste is not bad. We can make that a lot higher. As you can see, agents, my hive skill power is 3,454. So I could actually lower my skill power a bit, to be honest, and maybe spec into more survivability. But like I said, guys, make sure to not overlook these stats. Like I said before, you can get your armor near 400,000 with this build, and your health near 100,000 while doing this crazy amount of utility. And don't forget about the skill health. That's a very important two-piece that everyone is overlooking. The skill damage, again, is ridiculously strong, plus the skill power. So you're getting so much utility from this. You can make a lot of hybrid builds with these pieces. So I really recommend to try this build. This is the electric hive build. It's very good at incapacitating enemies. They can't even move. In PvE, it's the same. It's just crazy strong. It is hard to use, but anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. Make sure to become a member if you guys would like to. Just click the join button at the bottom of the channel. I will link a description in some of my builds if you guys are interested. And I will be seeing you agents in the next video. Peace out, boys.